Okay, heathen, this is the building. Let me do the talking.
Okay, stop. Stop calling me a heathen. Why do you keep doing that? Do you think you're higher than the rest of us just because you believe in a god?
Yeah.
Man, isn't there something in your religion about the sin of pride?
Maybe so, but...
What? You think you're above it? You're approached from sins? Let me tell you something. I'm no lower than you. You are my equal, and I am yours. Don't patronize me with your religions and talk all that.
You know, I have half a mind to take out my belt and hit the crap out of you!
And you see, that's another thing. What normal Christian man would strike another? Do you feel justified? I bet you even beat your kids, don't you? And you're probably used to misplaced righteousness and belief in God as justification for your actions, don't you? You see, Eugene, I know you're not a bad guy. You're just using your faith as a shield to protect yourself and your pride. I'm not blaming you or anything, but you have to rethink that. Otherwise, you're no higher than the ones you condemn.
Bold words. Maybe I was wrong to call you a heathen, but you have no idea what it is like to be me. I look at people, but all I can see are people beyond the will of God, beyond His will.
Beyond His wills or yours?
Says you. I may have control issues, but it is better than having no control over my own life.
Excuse me?
Oh, come on. You can't tell me that you do not resent your wife. You only dislike me because I remind you of her, but you are not even really angry at her. You are angry with yourself and the way your life has turned out. Your life is not the way you want it to be. You once had a very promising life, but all you lacked was something to make your life whole. So you turned to a family, a chance to make a family. But in your haste, you married a girl who has an attention span of a teenager with ADD. Fine, deal with it, but do not spend your existence without even having the ability to control it. A life without free will is just as bad as not living at all.
Wow, you should be a motivational speaker. Huh, I think you just gave me an epiphany.
Hey, it is all good. And I do not feel like I want to belt the crap out of you anymore.
Yeah, you know, suddenly, I don't want to do this sales thing anymore.
Yes, me neither. Inspiring speeches, believe it or not, take their toll on a man like me. Let's blow this popsicle stand!
Alright, where do you want to go now?
I do not know. Let us go get some coffee.
Alright, let's go. Oh, and hey, I didn't want to mention it before, but you should do something about that rash of yours.
Yes, I know.
Alright, that's enough! Question. When are you gonna get out of your fantasy fairy tale dream with knights and princesses and grow up?
False. Blackbeard's best.
What?
Nothing. Look, I'm not the only one with a huge bro crush on Victor.
It is not a bro crush. It is only a healthy role model paradigm. I am not in any way attracted to Victor. He just excites my curiosity. That is open interpretation.
Why are we in this neighborhood? Is the business we're selling to a residence?
No, demon. Go to my house. Try not to freak out the cat. Gotta get some medication.
Are you sick or something? You just seem kind of fatigued.
No. It's just a little cough I have. An overall, feeling of tiredness and ache. Let's just go.
Where are your glasses, Walton?
Glasses are right here. What the?
Walton, you're a very deprived individual. You're looking for a guy to satisfy some kind of weird need you have.
Are you gonna continue this? It's not a need. It's merely a want for intellectual stimulation with an individual of equal education and mental capacity.
What education? You own a beet farm. What mental capacity could you have?
What are you talking about? Are you confusing me with someone else?
Never mind. The point is, you can roll a turd in powdered sugar, but that still doesn't make it a jelly donut. You're just obsessed with fulfilling some absurd goal you have, for yourself for attaining victory or glory. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself why?
Why? Because pain is temporary, but glory is forever.
So what? Do you believe that the entirety of your existence will boil down to what great feat you have accomplished? Would that make you a legend or a hero? Let me tell you something. Victor and I are friends because of mutual respect and trust. We do what friends are supposed to do, what bros are supposed to do. I'm not using him for personal gain. I'm friends with the guy for the sake of just being there for him. What your problem is that you have become so wrapped up in your quest for glory that you have disregarded others to get what you want. The only reason that Victor seems so interesting to you is because he basically is you, personality-wise.
I do not follow. We Waltons are of a special breed. No outsiders can lay claim to our traits.
Ah, but that is where you are wrong. Victor was like you, wrapped up in a delusion that what he was doing was helping mankind. But in reality, he was really just doing it for his own glory. To be talked about by future generations as a man who bestowed life unto death tissue. And when his creature got loose, he didn't really fear what destruction it would cause to humanity and most of all, but he feared what damage it would do to his reputation and pride.
What does that have to do with me?
Your pursuit for glory, your pursuit for Victor's approval, is simply a way to reassure yourself that it is okay that you have chosen such a life. If Victor, your essence incarnate, would approve of your actions and your desires, then you'd be satisfied. Because if he could approve of you, then you can approve of yourself. But you see, you don't need him. You just need yourself.
My God. This isn't me.
No, it is you. That's the point.
Fine. What about you, Henry?
What about me?
Why do you act like such a child?
Oh, I've thought about that several times, but it's just more fun.
That is a pathetic conclusion.
Okay, fine. Maybe I do it in order to find out the true nature of some people. You, Walton, obviously think enough of yourself, then maybe you think yourself to be some kind of hero. Well, back in my days of childhood, that's all I wanted to be. A hero, a knight, a chivalrous individual. But as I grew older, I realized that it took more to be a hero than just swordplay and saving the girl. It required heart and sacrifice, things I wasn't yet ready to give. Instead, I focused on why heroes become who they are, or how. But all of these things are just complicated things, and drove me further to just stay in that state of happiness I was in. Victor and I were both happy back in our childhoods. It's just that he was able to grow up because his thirst for knowledge pulled him out of childhood delusion. Whereas my gained knowledge kept me here where I was, and still am.
Well then, I suggest you think long and hard about what you've told me, and then apply it to yourself when the time comes.
I don't think so.
What? Why?
Well, considering I told you all this, I know exactly why I am the way I am. Because I know the reason, then I possess the ability to change all this time. I just chose not to.
Why would you not change if you already knew you could?
Because, Walton, I already told you. It's just more fun. Come on, man. I'll go buy you some candy.